Hey, what's going on guys? Joseph White here and you're watching another episode of the J-Dub Twins. Today we're going to be doing something pretty important and probably honestly long overdue. We are going to be taking off the front chin splitter plastic strip protector thingy. Okay, yeah, I don't really know specifically what it's called, but as you notice on the front of my car, along the chin splitter, there is a yellow strip across the front of it, okay? Today we're going to be finally taking it off. And I know a lot of you have been requesting for me to do this. You guys have been demanding for me to do this. Quite honestly, I've been telling myself that I need to do it too. But before we take this thing off, let's just for a minute talk about exactly what it is and what it does. And also why people have been keeping them on their cars. So in the same way packing peanuts or styrofoam protects a package in its box en route from point A to point B, so does this strip, okay? From the manufacturer onto the railhead, onto the shipping truck, and to the dealership. This strip, along with other means of protection, tape along the hood, tape along the fender flares, and certain things like that, keep this vehicle protected from certain debris, rocks, anything that could potentially bump up against the fender flares or that front chin splitter and cause damage. So once the vehicle arrives to its destination, the dealership is supposed to do what's called a PDI, post-delivery inspection, I believe is what it is. If I got the acronym wrong, I'm sorry, but they do something in that fashion to prep the vehicle, remove all of this, all those protective layers, program the computer, make sure all the liquids are leveled out, make sure the tires are leveled out as far as tire pressure goes, and really get the vehicle showroom ready for the buyer to pick up their car. So in certain cases, people have requested to not take off that front chin splitter guard. Some people, they say, hey, for practical reasons, I am, not used to this vehicle. I'm not used to the dimensions. I'm worried that I might actually, rub this thing up against a curb because I'm not used to how large this vehicle is, how long this vehicle is. And so they can request, to the dealership, hey, please keep this guard on and allow me to take it off on my own time. Which is fine, it's understandable, I get it. Other people, in the same way that certain people leave the tags on their caps, leave the tags on their shirts or new shoes, people like to kind of show off, hey, I got this new car and I want to show it off to everybody. So my reasoning for keeping it on was a little bit of both, right? I just got this brand new car, very large car that I'm not used to, and I wanted to kind of protect that chin splitter for a little while. My initial intention was to keep it on for like maybe a week and then take it off as soon as I was acclimated to the dimensions of the car. And then the other part of me said, hey, let's just keep it on. Like I said, I gotta flex, I gotta let people know who the new cool guy in town is. Well, a lot of people were voicing your concerns on the channel to kind of tell me, hey man, you gotta take this thing off. And like I said, I already calculated this in my head. I've already thought about this before. Yes, I should take it off. And I should probably take it off sooner than later. And the reason behind that is because as this strip stays on that front chin splitter, dirt and debris can get caught in between the guard and the chin splitter and cause some abrasiveness to happen, some scratches to happen. And in the long run, this is gonna cause damage over time. So I understand you guys, I hear you out, I appreciate your concern, and trust me, it's about time we take this thing off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the GoPro. We're going to do this, live, well, so to speak. I'm gonna show you exactly how the chin splitter looks as I take off this guard. And quite honestly, if there's damage, you guys will see it. If there's not any damage, you guys will also see that. And we're gonna move forward, together, and it's gonna be fine. Everything is going to be a-okay. I made a calculated risk by keeping on that chin splitter guard. And honestly, I'm willing to and able to fix, whatever's broken and replace whatever I need to if I have to. Hopefully it doesn't come to that though. So without further ado, let's go take this thing off. So I know a lot of people talk about how this thing needs to come off. Why? Because what often happens is a lot of dirt and debris will get caught in between the guard and the chin splitter. Not only that, there could be discoloration that happens, so it can affect the appearance of the chin splitter after you take this thing off. This thing is supposed to be taken off, of course, at the dealership. It actually says right here, if you look, to be removed by dealer. It actually says this, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it actually has this labeled on the chin splitter. So we're gonna do this slowly. I don't know exactly what's keeping this thing attached to the chin splitter. I don't know if it's friction lock, if it's adhesive. So we're going to do it slowly, and we're just gonna see how this looks after I take it off. Worst case scenario, a lot of damage. Best case scenario, not much damage, and we can just buff out any scratches that we see. So anyways, here we go. Seems to be connected. Okay. So looking at this, it looks like I may need to get some sort of a flathead to remove this. But as we look at this, as we start to peel this thing off, I do see a bit of ashiness, a bit of abrasiveness that has appeared on the chin splitter. And as I said, I mean, I accept whatever damage has happened, and worst come to worst, I'll get a new chin splitter. But as we can see, there's some abrasiveness that has happened as a result of keeping this thing on. But some of it looks like it could be fixed. As in, I can buff it out. So that's what we'll do. Anyways, I'm gonna get a flathead and we'll pry this thing off. Okay, hey guys, we're back with the flathead screwdriver, and we're going to pry this thing off here. Underneath there look to be some push pins. Don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this bad boy off. Here's the fourth one. This thing should drop out. There we go. So here's the guard protector here. As we can see, there's a decent amount of dust that has accumulated in here, and as a result has affected this chin splitter. Now what we can do is, I'm gonna go try to get some plastic restoration, some sort of polish that we can try to buff out a lot of these scratches, and we'll see how it goes from there. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, obviously nobody wants, these abrasive, marks on their brand new, Challenger. And of course that's my fault for keeping it on. But I think for those of you who are curious of how it was going to turn out, as well as those of you who currently have these on your car and are thinking of taking it off, or thinking of not taking it off, this is what you can potentially run into if you decide to keep it on. So hopefully that answered some questions, and it might influence your decision to either keep this thing on or take it off. So at the end of the day, it had some light scratches, okay? Scratches like that are bound to happen eventually. Probably should have taken it off from the very beginning, but I think I had good reason to leave it on there for a little while. It definitely overstayed its welcome though. I'd say, get used to the dimensions of the vehicle early on. In a couple of days after that, take this thing off, man. Honestly, it's no use after that. So hopefully that answered your questions. Hopefully it was entertaining. Hopefully it was everything you hoped and dreamed. I gotta get rid of this thing. I'll check you guys later. I don't even know. Do I put it here? Here? Nah, that didn't work. Just lay it across my lap. What do I do with this thing?